Hi, welcome back to Krayden's Right, the channel where you'll find Stand on Guard with David Krayden. We do this show at least once a week, and it's the news you want to hear. This is a especially great clip from the Trudeau government's mental health minister, Carolyn Bennett. Now, she's been around the House a long time, as you can clearly see from this clip, but she really is on the ropes here when Conservative leader / official opposition leader Pierre Poilievre faces her down on the Liberal government's policy on harm reduction and what it's actually doing in cities like Vancouver, where drug use and overdoses are rampant and exploding. And this government's policy of harm reduction is not working. And he clearly points this out.
Liberal inflation has sent food, housing, and gas prices soaring, but there's one substance that has gone down in price by 90%. Powerful opioids. After the Prime Minister announced 100 million...
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt the Honourable Leader of the Opposition. Can you start from the top? We're just getting some distractions from all over. From the top, please. Order.
While the Prime Minister has sent inflation for gas, heat, and groceries soaring, there is one product that's actually come down in price: powerful opioids. The Prime Minister has spent $100 million on so-called safe supply. One Global News reporter went into the street to find out where all these drugs are going. Turns out they're being resold to other addicts in order to raise the money to buy deadly fentanyl. Will the Prime Minister cancel the dollars for drugs and instead put the resources into treatment for addicts?
The Honourable Minister for Mental Health.
Mr. Speaker, we are pretty fed up with this fight against evidence-based programs that actually are saving lives. We cannot allow the Conservatives to take us back to the failed ideology of the past. Even Harper's advisor, Ben Perrin, thinks they're speaking nonsense. So just stop it and save lives.
Yeah, I'll bet.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Speaker.
Order. Order. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
No common sense. The evidence is seen in the tragic faces of addicts who lie overdosed on the pavement in the downtown east side of Vancouver, where after this Prime Minister spent $100 million handing out free drugs to addicts, he has led to a 300% increase in overdoses. Will he stop giving dollars for drugs and instead follow my common sense plan to put the resources into treatment and recovery to bring our loved ones home drug-free?
The Honourable Minister. Order. Order. The Honourable Minister.
People are dying. Save.
One second. Order. 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 One person at a time in this chamber, please. The Honourable Minister.
What can you say about that?
46,000 overdoses have been reversed in safe consumption sites. That member says that he will stop that. I want him to speak to the parents of the people that would have been lost if there weren't safe consumption sites and safer supply. This is ridiculous.
The Honourable Member for Cumberland Colchester. Order. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
That people are dying because that minister and this Prime Minister are flooding the streets with dangerous drugs and killing these people. Since they brought in this policy, there has been a 300% increase in drug overdose deaths. 30,000 people have lost their lives. Investigative journalists have shown that the drugs that she is funding with Canadian tax dollars are flooding the streets and being sold for $1.
Order. 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 I'm hearing yelling on both sides. Please. The honourable member for, the honourable leader of the opposition from the top, please, so we can hear the whole question. And I don't want to hear any screaming or shouting in the background. And then we can hear an answer as well. The honourable leader of the opposition.
People are dying because the policies of this Prime Minister are killing them. His policies are flooding the streets with drugs that now go for $1 a hit. You can buy 26 hits of hydromorphine, which is an analog to heroin, for $30, Mr. Speaker. These are drugs paid for by Canadian tax dollars under a program by this government that has led to a 300% increase in drug overdose deaths. Why won't they get some common sense, end dollars for drugs, and put our people in treatment?
The Honourable Minister for Mental Health. Order. The Honourable Minister for Mental Health.
People have to stay alive long enough to get treatment. People are dying because of a toxic drug supply. Safe supply allows people to stay alive long enough. It means that in the CMAJ study just
Order. Please start from the top,
incredible.
the same courtesy I gave to the opposition leader.
People have to stay alive long enough to get to treatment. People are dying because of the toxic, tainted drug supply. When people are on safe supply, the CMAJ article yesterday talked about less drug use, less overdoses, less petty crime. This is an evidence-based project and program that it meets the test of evidence and science, not a journalist who only will speak to the people who disagree with him.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
The theory is that if you flood the streets with hydromorphine, an opioid, then people won't use more dangerous fentanyl. The reality.
Okay, we want quiet on both sides. We want to go back and forth. I just want everybody to take a deep breath, and we want to hear the question as well as the answer. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition from the top, please.
The theory is that if Prime Minister puts $100 million of hydromorphine on the streets, that people won't use more dangerous drugs. The reality, in both reports from the National Post, the Globe and Mail, and the data from the ground, is that the addicts are taking the hydromorphine, selling it to kids, taking the profits to buy fentanyl, dying of overdoses. The kids then get bored of the hydromorphine, and they take deadly fentanyl. That's why people are dying. Will the government stop the policies that are killing people and put our people in treatment instead?
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.
Even making access to illegal drugs easier, cheaper, that the addicts are simply selling the free drugs they get so they can buy more dangerous stuff on the street. This is a fascinating exchange between Bennett and Poilievre. I hope you're enjoying this channel as much as I enjoy putting the material on here. This is not just about politics. I sing some of my favorite songs from the Great American Songbook. And you can also watch my latest show where we do some of the news you're not going to hear anywhere else. But please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. If you want to be part of this station, please be a subscriber. We want you.